Disclaimer: this entire text we've taken with a high level of sarcasm because sarcasm is meant to be in the take. So, your intelligence in your processing. The upcoming vice presidential debate between Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Walz is shaping up to be a critical event in this election season. As the only scheduled debate between these two vice presidential candidates, it is not just an opportunity for voters to get to know the individuals who could one day assume the second highest office in the land. It's also a major final debate before the November 5th election because Trump and Harris too is pipeline. The stakes behind this election, knowing the unprecedented levels that we are going in this election, in this season, in this nation right now, the debate may be very well the most important moment in this campaign. Maybe. Both Vance and Walz bring distinct personalities and experiences to the table. Starting off with Vance. Vance, of course, is the populist senator from Ohio who is known for his fiery rhetoric and sharp critiques on the political establishment and a bit of flip-flopping. And Walz is the governor of Minnesota who has emphasized the more pragmatic and steady-hand approach to governing and is coming off as everybody's stepdad. That's what we have before us. That is what we're going for right now in the articles. It is those two guys. Those are the choices. Those are the choices. In the meantime, looking back in history of the vice presidential debates, we have several moments that stand out. This one may turn into one, perhaps the most memorable moment of them all, the one that we all remember in my lifetime, and probably folks much older than even deeper ones, is the iconic moment between Dan Quayle and Lloyd Bentsen in 1988. Quayle was then a young senator running under the guise of George H.W. Bush, made a comparison between himself and the political experience of one John F. Kennedy, because he was the senator that was rising up in the ranks. And then Benson, who had this famous quote that, Senator, I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. And of course, Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy. The defining moment of the vice presidential debate in history and may have made a difference in the actual election. Actually, no, because Benson had no chance of winning anyway. It is what it is. Vice presidential debates have always received the same amount of scrutiny based off of time. No scrutiny. Essentially, the vice presidential debate does not mean anything. But this time, we have to pay a bit more attention because it might mean more than this. As I said earlier, Trump, Harris, Trump too, probably not happening. But remember, that debate set off a firestorm of people shifting gears and how things would work in the election. Before the debate before that, which shifted gears, how people were running the election because that one came to actually drop out the race. Of course, Biden, Trump, 4-ish or 5-ish, meant Biden could not stand up, really could not stand on the stage and got dropped out. For Kamala Harris, who brought new life to the Democratic Party and things went forward. And now there is chaos and confusion all the way. But we're not talking about the people that matter, the guys you're actually voting for, guys and gals as well. We're talking about the vice presidential debate. We're weeks away from election day, and Walz and Vance are on the scales to tip either way by basically embarrassing their buddy, embarrassing their boss on the scales this week. What will happen in the election? Will they come off as something that's pretty tame? Will they fight well against each other? They're actually fairly good debaters. Although, as we say now, if you watch this channel, see how they did things in the recent past, Vance is going more along the populist crazy route, and Walz is going more along the aw shucks coach route. Which can aw shucks coach crazy you better? We shall see in the debates. This election cycle has been marked by deep divisions and high stakes on both sides. And this debate stands as a pivotal moment or not. We're going to see. It might be the only vice president debate we have. Maybe the last debate we have, period, for the candidates to talk about each other. But this is where the vice presidents will do their job or not do their job. Their job is to not embarrass their boss. It's kind of hard not embarrass Donald Trump because he can do other things on his own and nobody cares. And for Kamala Harris, it really is kind of crucial because she is facing a lot of questions that aren't being answered, and Tim Walz may have to answer those questions. This may be the most important vice presidential debate of all time, or it may just be another one in the stakes course this 2024 crazy election. It all ends November 5th, more or less, so we'll see. Thank you for watching this video and getting the commentary from the Conversation Project. If you enjoyed this video, like the commentary we give, make sure you like, share, and subscribe videos like this with other people so have more people engaged in the process. For more information about the Conversation Project, it's very simple. Go to our website. This is theconversationproject.com. And of course, you can email me and talk about anything you want to, chatting up this video or other videos, other commentaries, by going your email machine, and sending a letter to the conversation inbox at Gmail.